Okay, this is going to be a tutorial on how to solve the 2x2 Rubik's Cube. I assume you already know how to solve the 3x3. If you already know how to solve the 3x3, there's no new algorithms you need to learn. Everything you know about the 3x3 will work on the 2x2. If you do not know how to solve the 3x3, you should still be able to figure out how to solve the 2x2 without too many problems. There's really only two algorithms we're going to use, and both of them come from what we already know about the 3x3. And the 2x2 works exactly the same. The only difference is there are no edge or center pieces. We can think of the 2x2 as kind of a 3x3 except with only the corner pieces. So what we're going to do first is let's go ahead and scramble our 2x2. And that's scrambled enough there. And the first thing we would do normally on a 3x3, the first thing I would have you do is find the white side, and we would know it's the white side because the centerpiece is white. Now on a 2x2 there are no centerpieces, so really any side can be the white side. So first thing we're going to do is find any piece that has white in it. I see one right here, I also see one right there, and there are two more right here. It doesn't really matter which one you use. I'm just going to go ahead and pick this one right here. Mine happens to have blue and red in it. And the first thing I'm going to do is find a piece on the down layer, because this is now our top layer. This whole side will be white. This is now our up layer. I'm going to find a white piece on the down layer. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn the cube there. And I see a piece right here. This one has white on the bottom, it has green, and it has red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and on this cube I know that when I put a white piece up here, this side has to be blue. If I put a white piece over here, this part has to be red. So this cubelet right here has green and red in it. So I know I'm going to go ahead and rotate the down layer until it lines up under here. This is the red side of the first cube that I saw. Now just like on a 3x3, just to refresh your memory, to place in a corner piece, we're going to go ahead and I would line up the colors. So this one is orange and blue. I'm between orange and blue. I would line it up between the two colors and put it in the bottom right corner below the part where I want to put this cube in. So and then I would go ahead and do the algorithm right inverted, right down. And you would keep on doing this until this piece gets into position correctly. And now this piece is in position correctly. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on the 2x2. I'm going to do right inverted, right down on this piece right here, and it's going to get into this position correctly. So let me go ahead and begin. And now I can see that this piece has white on top, it has the red right here, and now I know that green is going to go over here. So I'm going to find one of, there's two remaining pieces, I'm going to find one of them. I see one right here, this one has green and purple. I know it needs to go right here because there are only two cubes with green on them. This is the first one, this is the second one. And over here we have blue. So this piece does not have blue in it, so it would not go in this position. So I have it lined up underneath where it needs to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and do our algorithm. Right inverted, right down, until this piece pops into place. And now I can see it's in the correct spot, oriented correctly. The whole top, these three are white, and these two are green, these two are red. There's only one white piece left, and so I'm going to move the down layer until this piece is lined up underneath where it needs to go, and I'm going to do the same algorithm. Right inverted, right down. And now this piece is in position correctly, and I can see that the whole top layer now is solved. The whole top is white, and then all the colors on the sides match. Then what you're going to do is go ahead, let's flip over the cube just like we would on a 3x3. We do not have to solve the middle layer because there is no middle layer. And also we don't have to solve the yellow cross because there are no middle pieces. So what we're going to do is the only thing we have to worry about are the corner pieces. So first thing I want you to do is go ahead and move the top layer so that two of them are in the correct position. That means they have the correct colors. So like this one right here has blue and purple. It's correct. It also is oriented correctly. So I'm going to check the other ones, and there needs to be one other piece that's in the correct position. And I see my other piece is diagonal from it, and that's going to be a little bit of a problem. If you have one that's diagonal from it, you're going to have a little bit of a problem. The first thing you need to do is we need to go ahead and perform this algorithm. And I'm going to show you the algorithm where it came from. Normally on a 3x3, the corners, when you do the corners, you would have one position correctly and the other three would be out of position. So you would do the following algorithm to rotate these three corner pieces: up, right, up inverted, left inverted, up, right inverted, up inverted, left. And then it would rotate these three. And then if they were still not correct, you would do it one more time and it would put the rest of them in the correct position. Now we're going to use the same algorithm, and it's going to fix all these corner pieces on the 2x2 and put them in the correct position. So the first thing, if they're diagonal, is we need to go ahead and do it just one time, and this should get two of them, because what we want is we want the two that are correct side by side. Most of the time this happens naturally. Sometimes you'll get every odd once in a while, the ones that are in the correct position will be diagonal. So do the algorithm once and then see if you can line up two of them with the correct colors. So I see this one has the correct colors right here, green and red, and I'm checking the side ones. This one does not, this one does not, and I can see this one now does. It has green and purple. It's not oriented correctly, but we're going to fix that at the end. So these two right here are in the correct position with respect to their colors. So I'm going to turn over the cube here, and these two are not in the correct position. This one has purple and blue, and right here it says blue and red, and then this one has the wrong colors too. So these two need to be flipped. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do the same algorithm we have just performed. We're going to do up, right, up inverted, left inverted, up, right inverted, up inverted, left. And then at the end you're going to have to do one final upturn, and that's going to move all these pieces in the correct position. So I can see they're all with the correct colors now, and this one happens to be oriented correctly, which is good. Now the last thing we're going to do is the same as we would on a 3x3. We're going to use the right inverted, down inverted algorithm to orient all these pieces so that the yellow is facing up. And we would follow the same rules that we do on the 3x3. So we do right inverted, right, down, right inverted, right, down. And you'll notice that once you fix one of them, that the bottom layer will be messed up just like on a 3x3, so don't get worried. Remember to just turn the top layer when you do the next part. Don't rotate the cube and do the next corner piece. To rotate just the top layer and then perform the algorithm again until the next one is fixed. And then once that one is fixed, I'm gonna do my last one here. And once the last one is in place, it'll fix the bottom layer. And so now you can see that the whole 2x2 is now solved. I will have some example solves on another video with explanations so that you can see the same thing, maybe a little bit faster, maybe a few different cases you may come across. But this is going to end the tutorial on how to solve the 2x2. Thank you.